Looks like we're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me refresh my page here. I'd like to get started just a little bit early. There's going to be a delay. There we go. I like to get started just a little bit early to make sure all of the tech is working. So we have just a couple minutes. We're going to let folks pop on. I'm excited that you're here today. It's better to be inside right now than outside. Here in the South, it's like muggy, hot, sticky, nasty. I think it's going to rain today. It was raining this morning when we walked the dogs. So I am Rhonda, and I am thrilled that you have registered for Discovery Call Gold. I cannot wait to share with you 3 actionable strategies that you can be implementing today. I've got a special offer. Oh my gosh, my team and I, we got together, and this is unlike anything that you guys have seen out there so far, which it makes it so exciting. I got to tell you, welcome to my live viewers and welcome to the replay viewers. I'm from the South, and I'm going to just go ahead and give you a disclaimer. I tend to get really excited about what I'm talking about. And when I get excited, I start to talk really fast. And when I start talking really fast, I get ahead of myself. And so I get ahead of myself and we'll hit a slide, and I've already said it. So this should go by pretty quickly, right? I like to get to the nuts and bolts of things because I know that your time is valuable, and I want to maximize it. Part of what I do, I'm a productivity specialist. And what does that mean? I like milking every single second ounce out of time that I can. And we are going to go ahead. It's right at 11:59. It's going to turn here in just a second, and we're going to get started. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You're seeing me now, and in just a second, I'm going to share my screen, and it's going to go here with Google Hangouts. It's going to go tunnel vision. And so what's going to happen is that you're going to see some tunnel, a lot of green, and then you should see my screen. I'm watching over here just to make sure that I can see. And everything is going okay. So let me go ahead. It's 12 noon, high noon here, Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead. As I mentioned, I'm going to share my screen. And you're going to see tunnel vision for just a second. And now you should see my slides. I'll give it just a second to catch up with me. And then we are going to take off. There we go. All right, here we go. Because like I said, I like to maximize time, and I don't want to waste your time. This is the Masterclass Discovery Call Gold, how to immediately scale your freelance business, avoid wasting time on discovery calls that go nowhere. All right, we're going to be talking about 3 secrets today. My promise to you is that I'm going to show you how to maximize your most valuable asset, which is what? Your time and your potential client's time. If you've heard me at all, I always say we all have the same 168 hours a week. It is how you use those hours that makes all the difference in the world. Spending time on discovery calls should be both productive for yourself, right? For you and your business. We need to value our time as well as your potential client's time. And it's going to set you apart from everybody else out there holding discovery calls. This workshop, this masterclass, is for business owners that have started their service-based business or have launched, and that includes coaches and consultants. I've had folks that are seasoned in their business and still love this masterclass. Business owners who have some tools or systems in place but aren't quite using them to their full capacity. We got to change that. We're going to do that today. And then business owners who are ready to take the next step to organize and scale their business. So a couple of things. If you stay till the end, I have a couple of things that I love sharing. You know, I polled my audience, and one of the things that they loved is my done for you workflows. I use Trello. It's okay if you don't use Trello. You can still apply these, whether you're using Asana or something, Airtable, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to give you both a new client onboarding checklist as well as time blocking week at a glance. I use time blocking and can be very, very efficient with my time. All right. And then finally, we're going to end with, I'm going to answer the top 3 questions that I see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of service providers ask. In order to maximize our time together, you guys have seen this slide before. Turn off your cell phone, turn off the Facebook notifications. I'm going to be horrified actually if something crosses my desktop here. I promise to get to the meat and potatoes, the nuts and bolts, because as my 12-year-old would say, ain't nobody got time for that, to waste your time. So very quickly, who am I? I'm going to just give you the nuts and bolts. My name is Rhonda Melody. It is pronounced Melody. It's like melody, except with a G. I did marry a Polak. Realized that on my wedding day 25 years ago. I define myself with my why. I'm a homeschooling soccer mom. I had 4 children in 5 years when doctor said that we weren't going to be able to have kids. That obviously did not, I proved them wrong. I'm an overachiever. There you go. Over the past 15 years, what I have done in terms of building a business offline is that I want you to visualize your local target. It is in a very specific niche. Sorry. I got choked up about it. It's larger than your local target. It is a seasonal children's consignment sale. We hold a sale twice a year, 8 days total, and we serve thousands and thousands of families. Now, in the past year, I've co-founded a tech membership site. That's where you might know me from, that serves almost 400 service providers and has generated over $100,000 in just 1 year. I also coach hundreds of service providers at all stages of the business, from just beginning launching to the point where they're scaling their business. All right, so let's set the stage. I want to imagine a day in the life of your business, and this is probably going on for you right now. Or this is maybe the nirvana that you want it to be. You have a marketing strategy that makes you stand out to your ideal client. I know you've checked that box and you're like, yes, I'm in. You have a system, and I love, love, love systems. Systems are the workhorse of your business. You have a system to funnel potential clients into an application process. I love this. We're going to get into it today. That pre-qualifies them before you share your scheduling link. I know, like, you're probably at a stage right now where if someone is asking for a specific service, then you automatically go to share that link. We're going to change that today. You work from a discovery call sales script. Guys, you have to have a sales script. Every single time when you open up Zoom to start a discovery call, you've got to have a script. It keeps your call on track. And more importantly, it closes the sale. It's going to save you time, and it's going to separate you from everyone else that's out there. You can stop wasting time by reinventing the wheel every single time you sit down to onboard a new client. Remember what we said, your most valuable asset is your time. If you value your time at $30 an hour and it takes you 2 hours to onboard a client or more because you're scrambling to find links and contracts and how I work, all of those documents, you've already spent $60 and you haven't even started working for that client. All right. So the results are not typical, because what happens is that people sign up for masterclasses, they listen to podcasts, they listen to all these different strategies, but they choose not to take action afterwards because it either, number one, it seems too simple, and it's obviously not going to work, or they feel like they don't have time. What I'm going to share with you today is simple, and you need to make time for it. What my role here today is, I'm going to share with you systems that I have used for over 15 years for my client acquisition process, and to work with you to finesse how you bring people into your business. So if you're tired of doing the same thing, getting the same results or no results, and you're ready to take action to organize, systematize, and scale your business, you're absolutely in the right place. So these are the 4 things that we're going to cover today. The number one mistake that I see service providers make when trying to land new clients, and that's okay if you have done this, because guess what? Number 2, I'm going to follow it up with that. One tweak that makes a big impact on your current marketing strategy. Number 3, the simple action that leverages your time with a qualified discovery call. And then we're going to apply what you've learned in your business. Okay. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, and let's get started. So what is it? The number one mistake I see service providers make every single day when marketing their business. I know you've seen it. You may have done it. You probably have seen it today. What is it? I've PM'd you. How many times have you gone into a private Facebook group? You're in that private Facebook group and you do a search and you may see 30 comments, and you'll see either people have been tagged And then those people, what will they do? They have PM'd whoever is looking for you, right? What does that do? What is the results? Well, in the potential client's messenger, along with the other 30 to 40 messages, is another text message. Okay, so you've PM'd them. Now you've sent them a text message. Let's take a look at that. There is nothing about this initial interaction. You have to think about first impression, and we need to almost go old school with this and think offline. There is nothing about that initial interaction with your potential client that differentiates you from the 30 other applicants. So if you're already overwhelmed by seeing that there are 30 people that are PMing someone, right? You've texted them along with 30 other people, then there's nothing that stands out in a crowd to them to say, pick me, pick me, pick me. When your heart is saying, I am the one that you need to hire. You are so passionate about your business and what you're doing to help serve your clients, right? There's nothing that distinguishes you. That's all right, because guess what? You know that I'm going to share with you one tweak. And this is the simple thing that's going to make a big impact in the current marketing strategy that you're doing today. And you can start implementing this like as soon as we hop off this call. You can do this today. And that is a video message. And before you go, let's just talk about this strategy, okay? It's so simple, guys. It's a simple strategy with a big impact. Now, you have to know something about me. Number one, I'm type A personality. 2, I'm a soccer mom, which means 3, I'm highly competitive, okay? I want you to win the job, all right? And by thinking outside the box, thinking creatively, because this is your business, there are no rules. You make the rules. You need to do things that are going to distinguish you from everyone else that's out there. So with this video message, let's take a look. Number one, video is relatable. You know that? What is everybody talking about right now? Video. Video distinguishes you absolutely from the 30 other messages in the potential client receives, right? You know that. And 3, this is the most important thing. It's almost like the video is like you being at a network event and shaking that potential client's hand. That know, like, trust factor goes through the roof. You know that you heard with Instagram stories. You've heard that with Facebook Lives, YouTube, video on your blog. You know what I'm saying is true. Okay. So let's go into it. I want to break this down and share with you exactly how the strategy works. So number one, you're going to go into a group and you see someone is posting about a Facebook, just someone who can schedule Facebook. We'll say that. Okay. And what you're going to do, number one, is you're going to send a Facebook message. In order to do that, you're going to click on that person's profile. Now, you don't know this person. And so in order to open up that lane of communication, you're going to click wave. So you'll see that little hand and it says wave to Rhonda. Okay. Next, you're going to record, and it's literally like I want to say it's like a 15-second. It could be a 30-second video. Introducing yourself, relating as quickly as you can to your potential client, and next you're going to send. But that is not all you're going to do. This is just step one, okay? Because friends, we are not going to let Facebook Messenger be the marketing strategy for our business. I want you to really think about that. You know, I don't know why you have started your business. Maybe it is for, the soccer fees, school fees that are glaring me in the face right now. Maybe it is to quit your 9-to-5. Maybe it is to put food on the table. We're not going to allow Facebook Messenger to really be our business. That's your business. If all you're doing is sending PMs and that's your marketing strategy, then we need to change that today. The second step in the strategy is that you're going to send a video in an email with a little more detail. You're not going to overwhelm them. You're not going to throw everything in the kitchen sink, but you're now going to send an email with the video. So they've seen you in the messenger. Now you're popping up in the inbox, and you've used something that has now increased your know, like, trust factor. Number 3, you're going to follow up. That's the next question I get. When should I follow up? You follow up until you get a no. So you wait a day and then you send another follow-up. You wait a day, you get another follow-up. Friends, when I use this strategy, literally, I start my whole client onboarding process right then and there. We're going to get into that today. It's not necessarily, I have never found for myself that it's a follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. It's literally, I send the video message and the conversation begins right there, because I have already distinguished myself from 30 other people that are applying for that job. And let's just say, I'm going to be the devil's advocate here and say there may be 2 people. Well, that's okay. I'd rather compete with one other person than 30 people through a text message, right? And now with this particular strategy, we're going to rinse and repeat. Now, let me repeat myself when I say this system works every single time. The reason that I'm so definitive is that I've secured $1,200 contracts all the way to launching a $100,000 business, literally with a 1-minute video message. There are people with multiple 6-figure businesses, almost 7-figure businesses, that are using video to reach out for joint venture opportunities to increase their business. Guys, this system works. You need to start implementing this today. Think outside the box, be creative, do things that are going to get you recognized. Now, I want to go ahead and dispel those things that you're probably already throwing up, the objections. Number 1, I'm not comfortable on camera. Well, guess what? You've got a discovery call at the end of this rainbow. So you need to get comfortable on video. Number 2, I don't have time for that. Okay, so I have literally done a 30-second video that I sent while I was looking for costumes for one of my children for a presentation they were doing. It landed a $2,400 contract. I have done a video outside my chicken coop when I saw the job. I have done a video while I was sitting on a tractor. I have done the video that launched that $100,000 business. We are doing a major home renovation. There is nowhere in my house that looked pretty except the curtains that I had made. Those curtains were my backdrop. I put my laptop, I put the camera in front of me, I hit record, and I sent that message. Hence launching a $100,000 business. Guys, it's very powerful. And now finally, and this hasn't happened, but let's just say, devil's advocate, what if they don't reply? You follow up. You continue to follow up. If this is someone that you want to work with, if this is a job, don't stop until they say no. And I'm going to even say keep going after they say no, but we'll get to that here in a second. So the number 1 mistake I see service providers make every single day with their marketing their business is using the Facebook PM as a marketing strategy. Okay. That's not going to help you put food on the table. And it's certainly not going to help me pay those soccer fees. You should be trying to distinguish yourself from everyone else that is applying for that position. Video messaging is a strategy that works at any stage of your business. Whether you're starting your business and launching today, whether you have been in business for 15 years, hello, that's me. Whether you have almost a 7-figure business, people are using the video messaging strategy. So one of the bonuses that I want to give you right now, what are the best Facebook groups to find work? Because this is a question that I also see. It's not part of the 3 at the end, but this is a question I see. And I want to cover this because really what I want you to do is I want you to think outside the box in this aspect as well. I want you to think about those private Facebook groups that support really things like ConvertKit. These are softwares, right? ConvertKit, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi, Restored 316 Designs. The reason I say this is because any guys that are out there who are designing websites, courses, beta launches and courses, niche specific. Okay, so why did I say these specific companies? You can think even more outside the box, but these were ones that came to mind for me that I literally see jobs posted all the time. So ConvertKit, you're going to find email marketing. If you're a writer, email sequencing, right? Funnels. I mean, what is this? This is in business today, it's a funnel. You hear it all the time. So if you're proficient with ClickFunnels, if you're proficient with Lead Pages, that's where you want to be hanging out. landing pages, again, lead pages. You could be using canva.com. Course creation. Those folks that are, your service is that you help people record videos, edit videos, being in those groups, Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi, even ClickFunnels. Those are places where you are going to find jobs. Now, even I really, really love beta courses. The reason why, if you get on a good beta course, then you have access to all of the updates. And there's also in there, I saw last week, I was in a beta course that I took probably 3 years ago. And there are people specifically in there that are asking for help with course launches. They're looking for a VA to help them. Okay. And then niche specific. So if you are a service provider, sure, you can find some jobs in service provider Facebook groups. You can. Entrepreneur groups, you can. It's going to be highly competitive. You're going to probably see 40 listings. I've PM'd you, I've PM'd you, PM'd you. We've already solved that, right? But I also want you to think if you are working in the fitness industry, right? Or if you're a creative, handmade, it doesn't matter. Whatever niche specific, guys, I'm niche specific with a children's consignment sale. That is like crazy niche specific. But I want you to think outside the box. I want you to think in terms of what I call vertical versus horizontal. Horizontal is kind of staying within your own niche, meaning being a service provider, being a coach, being a consultant. These are people that you can get in there, you can share, you can ask questions, you can find jobs, but it's going to be highly competitive. Those people want the same jobs you want. So if you need to move on and get in these other Facebook groups where you're going to see postings and you're still going to, let's face it, everything is going to be competitive in anything that is worth anything. You're going to have to work for it. It's not going to be easy. But this is where I recommend the hotbed for jobs online right now. Looking at your ConvertKit Facebook group, ClickFunnels, lead pages, these I have found to be more fruitful for me in my business in terms of securing those one-on-one clients. All right. So just food for thought. All right. Number 3. The simple action to leverage your time with a qualified discovery call. This is so important. How many times have you been ghosted? If you are new, you probably haven't been ghosted. But what does that mean? It means that you have sent out your link. Someone has scheduled a call and your schedule's wide open. You're doing discovery calls every single day on the hour, every hour. And now all of a sudden you have a discovery call. The kids are in front of the TV. Dogs are outside. You've threatened everybody with an inch of their life to be quiet. You have gotten dressed, taken a shower, put your makeup on. You get in front of the computer and they don't show. Nothing. And you're like, why? Why did they not show? This is an appointment. Guys, they didn't have any skin in the game. What I mean is all they did, there are 30 other people behind you and you've sent out a link and they are interviewing, say, 7 to 10 people, and it just didn't work out for them, or they forgot, or they didn't have the skin in the game. There was no commitment on their end. So let's talk about that. You market. You scramble to send them a link. Basically, you're on call. Then what are you doing? You're scrambling to research that potential client, which is #stressful because you have no idea really what it is that they want. And then there's no plan or direction or agenda for the call. You just both show up and you're looking at each other. All right. We're going to turn that system on its ear. All right. And we're going to do that in 3 ways. Number 1. So you go into a group like one of the ones I've recommended. And the first thing is we're going to do the video message. The follow-up is not sending your scheduling link. The follow-up is sending an initial intake form. And this initial intake form is basic questions about their business. And then you're going to explain to them the next step. The next step is a more in-depth questionnaire that's going to help you prepare for the call. And you're like, nobody's going to do that. Yes, friends, people do this. They do this. They have done this for me. They will do this for you. And you can either go about marketing in your business with a quick PM and you've done it in 15 minutes, or you're researching, you know, these are clients that you want to work with, you want to potentially have 6 months from now, and it's going to be it's a more efficient use of your time. You at this point, with the video message, now the intake form, you're letting your client know, you are leading your client. You're giving your potential client a roadmap. You are already onboarding that potential client. Number 2, you receive that initial questionnaire. You send the second one. It's more in depth. And there's several reasons for this. Number 1, now your potential client is invested. Number 2, the potential client is focused on exactly what they are looking for, because those questions are leading them down the path. Okay. A lot of times I see folks that if they've never hired a service provider before, what they do with a job description is that they literally try to replace themselves. They put everything but the kitchen sink. The questions that you're leading them down the path is really to focus on the one thing that they're trying to take off their plate. And more importantly, look right here. The potential client is doing your work for you, which will feed into your discovery call script. Intake 1, intake 2 feeds directly into that script. So now that discovery call that typically lasts you an hour, hour and a half, and you think she's a great gal, she thinks you're a great gal, but she's still going to interview 7 people. We've narrowed this down to 30 minutes. You've done all of this, you know, stuff. All that conversation that you do within 30 minutes, for the first 30 minutes of your discovery call, it's done. And you know exactly now how to sell when you get on the discovery call. You have a system now, and it is working for you. So here's the thing. This is the final step, and this is really critical. If the client matches your skill set and qualifies, this is so important. I don't care if you're brand new online. You obviously have a skill that you are marketing online. You are not new. We always have when we have a funny in my house, we say, are you new? You are not new. Only then, if they qualify, do you send them a scheduling link. Now you are less likely to have a no-show discovery call, because that potential client is already in your onboarding process. You have distinguished yourself so much in step 1 with the video, step 2, the initial intake form. Now you've got your client focused, and you want to see, hey, do I really want to work with this person? Now, here's the thing. You don't have to have a discovery call with everyone that completes the intake form. You're going to be able to tell if they are ready for you or not. And then you have almost 2 emails that are ready to go. 1, here is my scheduling link. I can't wait to talk to you. 2, I don't think we're a good fit at this time, but I recommend that you, and have 2 or 3 recommendations for them. They will respect you. You are in control. You are commanding your business when you do something like that. So here we go. We're going to recap. I just said this. You're in control of your business. You set the parameters that qualify a potential client. From that initial impression of your video, the handshake, you're making the client feel like they are taken care of. Let's just go to that boutique that you have shopped. You go in, you purchase something, they wrap it up in that pretty tissue paper, they put a pretty sticker on it, and they put it in that gorgeous bag, and you walk out feeling like $1 million. That is how your potential client is going to feel. The recap is the initial intake, the follow-up with a more in-depth, and then you decide if you're going to schedule a discovery call. Feeling pretty good right now? I'm so excited. Sorry. I get really excited when I talk, because I am so system oriented after doing this for 15 years that I eat this stuff up. If you're A-type and love systems, then you are just, I hope that you're jumping up and down right now. Okay. So it gets even better, because here we go. Apply what we've learned. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go step by step for creating a workflow to help you onboard your new client. Workflows, guys, are so important to your business. Now, let's just talk about it, because I think women, we're fantastic to-do list generators, but there is a critical difference between a to-do list and a workflow. Even if you are a solopreneur, sorry, my Southern came out, solopreneur, you need to have workflows for everything that you do in your business. Here's the difference. A to-do list is an overwhelming brain dump that includes everything but the kitchen sink. A workflow are a sequence of specific steps to complete one task. So a workflow is specific steps to complete one task. A big difference between the two. So when you have workflows in your business, you want to think about them as how-to guides. This could be a document, so you could have a Google sheet, you could have a video, you could have a checklist, whatever. But it's a how-to guide to complete something in your business. So these are the 4 steps. How do we create them? Number 1, we're going to list all the tools and resources needed to finish the task. Number 2, you're going to list every step taken to mark a task as complete. You're going to try it and you're going to tweak it. Even with my offline business, managing thousands of people, I'm still in a, even though I've drilled down and almost granular because I have to save seconds with what I do. Things are still, it's very fluid. We implement it and then we tweak it. We implement and we tweak it. So I don't want you to feel like it's something that's really rigid that you can't change. You need to change it as your business changes, as things change. But you need to have a foundation, a jumping off point. All right. And the reason why I'm giving you these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is because I'm giving you the client workflow onboarding. But you can do this if you are a copywriter, if you do graphics, if you're a Pinterest manager, if you're just work with promoted pins, if you're Facebook, if you're Instagram, it doesn't matter what niche you are serving with your particular service. This is going to help you in creating the workflow. Okay. So let's just very quickly, we're going to go through just an example very quickly for client onboarding. So the tools and resources needed, all your templates, you should have a template for everything for client onboarding because there's so much that goes into it. Contract, invoice, how I work, invitation to set up communication. I use Slack, Voxer, Google Folder, Trello board, and LastPass. So all of that, those are all the tools and resources I need. Now, just like with my kids, when they're getting up and doing a process paper, like step by step by step. So let's go through this. Number 1, send a welcome email and invoice. You don't do anything till that invoice is paid. Then you send an invoice, how I work document, template. All right. An invitation for communication with client. Typically those things, that invitation is like your Slack, your Voxer, those sorts of things. You schedule a strategy meeting. You implement workflows to complete the contracted work. So if you're a Facebook scheduler, if you're an Instagram scheduler, you go ahead at this point in the game and now you're working with a specific workflow. Because here's the thing, you should, you know, even let's say your services are full, you're booked, because we hear that a lot, right? What happens is then those people stop marketing. When those people stop marketing, they could be good for 2, 3, 4 months. But then guess what? It opens up and they start losing clients and they're having to start back at gate number 1, right? You don't want to have that happen. When you onboard clients, you're not onboarding everybody all at the same time. So how do you know where everybody is in the process? Especially if you start to juggle even more than 2 clients. So 5 clients, 8 clients, 10 clients. Okay. Handwritten thank you notes, guys. Handwritten thank you notes are awesome. I love getting stuff in the mail. Who doesn't like getting stuff in the mail? It's unusual because we're texting, we're Slacking, we're Voxing, we're doing everything online. This is going to just, that is the, what do I want to say? It's the tissue paper and the pretty bag at the boutique. This thank you note. All right. You're going to send deliverables ahead of time. You use that Google folder. Love Google. You're going to send a monthly check-in. Again, this is a template. Hey, how I'm doing? How can I improve? What are some things that are coming down the line? That sort of thing. Monthly billing and then client testimonial. I want to cover client testimonial here for just a second because I see a lot of people saying, you know, I've done work. She said I did a great job all along the way. I ask her for a testimonial and it's crickets. Instead of just bluntly saying, hey, tell me how great I am, send them or have a questionnaire. You could do this in Google. Have a questionnaire that specifically has them comment on your services. You're leading them down that yellow brick road where you then can turn around and formulate a testimonial that really speaks to what you've done for that client. Obviously, we're going to ask for permission. Obviously, we're going to ask for a headshot. And then there's that awkwardness. I have found that questionnaires work a lot better than saying, hey, can I have a testimonial? Because then, even then, that person may not they may not be a good writer. They may not feel comfortable in writing something because of a lack of skill set on their part, not something that you've done. Okay. So client onboarding, what are we going to do now? We've got the system. We know the resources, the tools. We're going to try it. Did it work? Whatever didn't work, we're going to tweak it. We're going to optimize it. Do you need to modify the plan? Do you need anything else? And then you implement those updates with the next client. So you see how this system works. And now you have really a checklist that you can go through and create workflows for everything in your business. Whether you're starting today, whether you've been in business, you've got some things that are out there, it needs to be organized. It needs to be at your fingertips, really. Your workflows need to work for you as if they are the best employee that you have. The other thing before I go into this slide is by going ahead and creating that workflow, you are already creating a training program for someone when you are ready to scale your team. You're ready to bring someone on. Even if it's a Google Doc, you can very quickly go through and do a screen recording and talk about why you're doing some of the things you're doing instead of being a hot mess, then hiring somebody into that hot mess. You're spinning your wheels trying to create the work that they need so they can do the work, right? It's like cleaning your house before the cleaning lady comes, okay? We've already done it, all right? And then two, you're going to know how long it takes. You've got to be realistic because typically if it takes you an hour, it's going to take someone 2 to 3 hours to do, or you may have to hire 2 people to do what you're doing, whatever task that is, all right? So I think really in today's reality of your business, we can't see the forest for the trees. The reason why I say this, we spend a lot of time trying to get someone on a discovery call. We rush through the call. There's no direction. Maybe they show, maybe they won't. Maybe you'll get a call, maybe you won't. They'll probably say, I'm interviewing 7 more people. I'll get back with you next week. And because we don't onboard clients every single day, it's not something that we do, then you don't have a system in place and you're spinning your wheels. The reality of having the workflows in your business and taking those actions is that number one, just really the 3 strategies that I've talked about today, distinguishing yourself from everyone else in a crowded market. The systems carry the workload. I've already said this. You're organized, you're scheduled, and mindset. Mindset is so important. If you think about a discovery call, if you have hurried in from the grocery store and you're sitting down to talk with a client, where is your mind? Is it, the kids that are in front of the TV, you've given them a bunch of sugar and you're afraid that they're going to get up? Are you in the right mindset? Because when you hop on a discovery call, you're selling. You are selling your business. And it's really important that is why I say you should have a scheduled day, a time that you are doing your discovery call so you can get in the right mindset. And again, as far as workflows go, do the work up front, implementing it, tweaking it, optimizing it, doing all of those things is you are scaling your business. You're organizing your business. Your business isn't running you, you're running it. The reason why I say this, one of my clients, you're a true inspiration. Thank you so much for this. I've made a start. It's truly an awesome system. I'm feeling so much calmer. I think as women, what we do is we keep everything in our brains. So now we have our business in our brain. We have our work. We have our family. We have everything going on in our brain. It's so much stress that we carry around with us. If we could release that and put it into systems, into workflows, into something that we could access at our fingertips, that's one less thing that we have to carry around with us, that we have to stress out about. So at this point, you have a marketing strategy. We talked about it, that sweet video message technique. I walked you through step by step, and it's going to differentiate you today. We talked about some new Facebook groups that I want you to get in and to start looking for jobs. And I did a whole wide range, anywhere from email marketing to course creation to funnels to graphics, website design. And now you have a process in place to qualify and onboard your potential client. We are going to start scheduling 1 day a week. You're going to be in the proper mindset. You're going to do calls between this time and this time. You're going to use intake form 1, intake form 2. You've got a qualified person. Now you're going to lead them down the yellow brick road to your business with this discovery call script. So now what? We're at the point. Okay, so first, I've already told you you're getting your client onboarding task list. I'm also giving time blocking. And again, these are in Trello. Don't get hung up with Trello. I give you tutorials with both of these, but you can apply these again if you're using Asana, if you prefer that, or Airtable, whatever it is that you guys like to use. You can use these same systems here, okay? Don't get caught up, is one better than the other? Honest to goodness, I think it's where you start and you feel comfortable. That's for me, that's been like with any tool that I pick up, right? All right, so with all of that being said, what we have focused on right here today is really your discovery call strategy. We have talked about it from the marketing standpoint. We have talked about qualifying your lead. We have talked about the call itself, and then I've given you that client onboarding. But if you're really ready to take everything to the next level, I have for you today the perfect pitch. And we have changed this a little bit, and I am over the moon excited. So let's talk about specifically what the perfect pitch is. After this presentation or after this masterclass, you're like, yes, you are strategic and you're a systems girl. So the perfect pitch is a simple system, and it really is simple, guys. That strategically markets your service, scheduling a qualified discovery call, closing the call, and then moving your clients through the onboarding workflow. It's a done-for-you system. It has every single swipe file that you could imagine. It's like one of those things, like I know, like you go to these master classes, like, oh, this is great, but now it's more work for me to do. The perfect pitch includes everything. You literally could take what I've given you and start using every single thing today. If you close the call and you're ready to start onboarding, I've already got how I work template. All you got to do is put your name, your business, all of that in there, and you're good to go. The perfect pitch helps you implement a system of workflows in your business so you generate a qualified lead that you want to work with. Guys, you don't want to work with everybody. You don't want to work with someone who is not ready. You're going to know that by intake form 2, because you're going to know how much money, number one, their budget is. Number two, you're going to know how much money they're generating, because you don't want to work with someone who's not generating consistent income, because they're going to bring you on and they're going to be stressed that they're not producing money to pay your salary. So you're going to have to turn around. You're going to have to justify why they should continue to keep you. They're going to cancel your contract. And at the end, you're going to feel bad because you know that you put your heart and soul into it. You did everything that you said that you were going to do. And why would they terminate your services? It's because they're not generating consistent income. The perfect pitch. Okay, so you're like, great, Rhonda, it's another course. How is this different? Oh, let me tell you how different it is. Number one, perfect pitch. I don't focus on anything else in your business with the exception of getting clients. That's the only thing that we focus on. It is a done-for-you system. It's going to qualify that potential customer. It's a done-for-you system to maximize your most valuable asset. That's why I give you everything, your time. And we're going to get to this. But we have now added to this, guys, an implementation virtual workday. This in and of itself distinguishes the perfect pitch from anything that is out there. And let's just get into, I'm going to just share with you some of what's in the modules. So you get putting the pieces together. This is kind of the helicopter view, the overview of the course itself, and how all the pieces and parts work together. We give you a course checklist and a quick start guide. I'm really quickly just going to show you. It's in Trello. You go to each one. It tells you what you should do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it gives you the link within the course. That is how organized we are. Your success team, and then you're going to be in the private Facebook group. I'm very active in that private Facebook group. Right now, it is almost like one-on-one coaching, because I want you to take everything out of the perfect pitch. I want you to establish just a solid foundation and framework for your business. Number 2, how to stand out from a crowded market. So 3 steps to getting the discovery call. I give you a sample of a video message that I've done. I give you a video message script. You're going to do this for yourself, because if you're like, well, I don't really feel comfortable, I really don't know what to say, I help you map out a script. Then I also give you a tracker. So on day 1, you may only send out 3. Well, on day 2, you've got to follow up with those 3 and you need to add more. This is the roadmap right here to marketing in your business, the video message tracker. Then how to stand out from a crowded market, the strategy and resources. This is what I use as a social billboard within private Facebook groups. I show you a sample of something that I have done, and I give you absolutely all of the resources that you need to do the same. It's the social billboard. And then if you need to, I give you a portfolio template swipe file. So literally it's a portfolio that's already been put together. All you have to do is to insert your name, your business name, and your images, and you are ready to go. And then I very quickly share with you that $100,000 video message. The discovery call itself, I give you the swipe files. So you're like, what does that mean? So these are all in Google Forms, and I literally give you the intake 1 and intake 2. So you could literally like start sharing that schedule. You could start sharing those links right now in your business. Discovery call tech. I specifically show you how to set up your scheduler, how to do the automation. And then we also use Zoom. I use the free version, how to set up your Zoom room, how to use it, how to feel comfortable with it. And then most importantly, right here, the sales script swipe file. So intake form 1 and intake form 2, they literally, all of the information that your client is doing for you, that feeds directly into this discovery call sales script. It's what to say during the call. Then I show you, number 1, we're going to do 2 conversational closes. I am not one who is up in your face. Do you want to buy it? I was a pharmaceutical sales rep for 7 years, and I had to learn, my particular product, all my competition's product, and then I had to go in and sell a physician. And for me, it needed to be conversational. So I give you 2 conversational closes. And what this does is it right then and there, it will stop your potential client in their tracks and say, well, I don't really have any objections. Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, I don't have anything. And then 3 call to action strategies. You have to have something at the end of that call every single time. Even one that landed me a pretty sizable contract. It wasn't necessarily, we did the conversational close every single time, but we still needed follow-up. So we went ahead and we scheduled the date. I sent her the link. I immediately sent the follow-up, and I closed the call with after the third follow-up. After she had some time to review some videos and things. I was doing some tech videos for her. But I closed the call. But every single one of those, I had to do a follow-up. There was something at the end that I was going to get, and it was a date on the books. I just want to share with you right now, Brandy, she actually says, the discovery call, it totally helped me seal the deal. Is there any reason why you wouldn't hire me? She said, no, my start date is Monday. She's sending the contract. And more importantly, guys, the reason why I share with you testimonials is not to say, woohoo, Ron is great. Is to show you that this is what the client said. She said she was so impressed by my questions. And I want you to use my competitiveness in really prepping you any way that I can so you seal the deal. Even if you're nervous, that's why we use a discovery call script. No one, typically we are not comfortable sellers, right? Comfortable closers. If you're using a script, just like right now, I'm using these slides. I feel very comfortable. If I go off on a tangent, I can circle back because I know Brandy had to say, right? Okay. I just had to say that. Okay. Client onboarding system. I'm not going to go through all of this, but you're going to get how I work swipe file. It's a template. The LastPass tutorial. A lot of times people get really excited and then they're like, how does my client use LastPass? You can share this tutorial with your client. You're good to go. A Slack tutorial, a Google file, Voxer. And then what is the biggest difference? Okay, here is the thing. We have all purchased courses in the past and we go through and we're maxed out with our schedule. Okay. Guys, I am so excited. Everyone is invited. The last Friday of the month, 2 hours. It is a virtual office. This is not me talking at you. We're going to be in my private Zoom room. We're implementing every single thing that we cover in the perfect pitch. We're going to walk through it. This is me holding your hand. This is me cheering you on. We are crossing that finish line together. When you are done with the implementation day, you are going to have your video sales script. You are going to feel comfortable with those intake forms. We're going to customize that discovery call. You are going to go ahead and customize your how I work. All of the templates we're going to be done with. You are going to have this solid foundation where when you open the doors on Monday, you have a new business. It's all because of this implementation day. I have found in my 15 years of business, everybody needs a deadline, and we all have great intentions. We find a pain point. Oh, this course is solving it. You get into it. You get excited. I want you to be over the moon successful with this. We've got an implementation day. This right here, I'm just like, okay, I'll stop. I'm really, really excited about implementation day. It's going to be virtual. You don't have to show yourself on camera, but we're all going to be working together, working through the perfect pitch. You do get some bonuses, and these are important bonuses. Number one, let me share you how to get the biggest return on the perfect pitch workshop. I've done this with hundreds of service providers. I've done this with course creators when they have done a course. How can I get the biggest return investment on XYZ course? And I lay out a strategy that you can use here with the perfect pitch, but anything that you do in the future, you can use the same strategy. And then I really want to concentrate right here on this a la carte pricing sheet. Never wonder about pricing again. So this is a Google Sheet, and it is where you can put all of your services, all of your deliverables, and it gets really fun when you start putting personal packages together for people. When you get really good, I give you a tech tutorial with it as well. When you get really good at it, you can actually do this live on a call. So it's the a la carte. It's almost like, I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that. And then you have that pricing sheet right in front. That person knows how much your proposal is going to be. It's not hop off a call, I'm going to send you a proposal. When they open that proposal right where they're going. They're going directly to how much all of this is going to cost them. Here, there's no question how much it's going to cost them. They have specifically asked for this, and they know what it's going to cost them. And you close them right there. All of this, guys, this is beta pricing right now, is all $97. Okay. And this is the second price increase on this. We're going to be going into, I'll just let you know, the next price increase is going to go to $197. It's a limited beta pricing. So the price increase will go $197 starting in August. So if you want to hop in, get this done, get these systems implemented today. What's going to happen if you purchase is you're going to get access to the course immediately. So everything is already in there, the bonuses, all the swipe files, all of the things. And then on the last Friday of the month at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to open the Zoom room, and that is our virtual office. And that is where we're going to walk hand in hand. It's not a live Q&A, but we're all working together. We're going to meet up. It will be recorded, so you will have access to it. And we're going to take care. We're going to implement. We're going to create. We're going to customize everything in the perfect pitch for your business. Okay. And then we will have a live Q&A here at the end, which I love that because I learn from other people. I learn what their needs are, I learn their styles, their processes. We can get great ideas with working with other people. And then obviously we're always going to be available. The success team will be available in the private Facebook group. But it's that implementation day, that virtual office, that really, really sets it apart, because you get all the swipe files, you get all the customization that you need when you're finished. We're going to finish this course together. So here you go. My guarantee to you, I'm sure you could tell I'm strategic, I'm intentional, and I'm focused. I'm very nuts and bolts. I give you what you need. I take out the fluff. I use strategies that work. I think about being your Disney Fast Pass, jumping you in front of the line. Been in business for 15 years. I'm not one of those one-hit wonders. Oh, a strategy worked. Now let me sell it. That's not who I am. So to access the done for you workflows, don't worry about that. Your email is on the way. So you can click on those links and access those. To access the beta pricing for the perfect pitch with the bonuses, as well as that all important implementation date, all you got to do is to click on the button. And let's see what else we got. Oh, before purchasing, this is Sue. She's in one of my groups. So excited for this course. Rhonda's amazing. I knew it had to be good for sharing the knowledge, tools, and resources. Enthusiasm is contagious and appreciated. So guys, this is before, I mean, she just purchased. She was just like, boom, done. Because I know not everybody's going to know me. And you're like, who is this chick? And, you know, I haven't seen her on Oprah and all that kind of good stuff. But I hope that, you know, even if you walk away today not purchasing the perfect pitch, which would make me sad, but I've given you actionable strategies that I know are going to work in your business. And that's what's important. It's lifting each other up. It's helping women in business, because I know, you know, been a wife for 25 years, a mom to 4 kids, that it's important to carve out a space for you. There was a reason why you decided to launch your business. And I want to cheer you on for that. Now, before we go, I do want to just cover this top 3 questions. Where do I find clients? So people always say Facebook groups, but we have actually broken down the Facebook groups that I feel that you're going to have a good opportunity to be looking for clients, because you're offering a specific service. I see a lot of times when people start, they will offer everything under the kitchen sink in terms of services. If you offer those things that bring you joy and those things that you're really, really good at, you can always expand, you know, as you get into the call or as you get into the contract with your new client. But it's going to be really difficult for you to juggle all of those things, from anywhere from a website design to email marketing to funnels. I know they all work together. It's not to say that, but to focus in one specific area and then go after them, not in a parallel way, but we want to go in a vertical way. So I still want you to stay in, you know, where you're finding people that are like-minded, that have the same type of business, because you can always go in and find support and resources there. But in order to find jobs, we need to start thinking outside the box. So how do I stand out in a crowded market? That's the second question that I get. Number 1, the video message strategy. I know that works. My clients know that it works. Social billboard strategy. We talk about that in the perfect pitch. And then most importantly here, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. One of the things in the perfect pitch is I do give you a tracker, and it's really a roadmap for your marketing. One of the things when she specifically said that the reason why I got the job was because of my follow-up. There were 3 people in the running, and I was the one who continued to follow up. And here's the thing. Those people that give you a no, I want you to keep them on your tracker. Why? Because if there is 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, birthday, you could run a special offer for a very specific service and reach out to them and have a sale and get them on. It's an offer that is so irresistible. They're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give her a try. And now you have a new client. That is why follow-up is so important. If you're taking the time out of your day to market to somebody and you want to work for somebody, then guys, continue to follow up with them. Don't wait. If you're not following up, you're wasting your time. Okay. How do I close the sale? Number 1, you've got to use that discovery call sales script. Use a conversational close. Practice, practice, practice. Guys, I would get in front of the mirror and practice. And you're like, well, that's crazy. It's not, because when you're in front of the mirror, you're looking at your face. If you don't believe you, your client is not going to believe you. You have got to practice. It needs to roll off your tongue. I would do it in front of the mirror. And back in the day, I'm not even going to tell you what kind of cell phone we had, but I had just a voice recorder, and I would record myself over and over and over again and listen to myself. These little things that you do matter. Okay. Must have a call to action at the end of every call, even if they're interviewing more candidates. That makes it even better. You've got to find out what their objections are, overcome their objections, close the call, and schedule the follow-up. Utilize a tracker. That is your business roadmap. All right. So let me see if I can, whoops. I'm going to go back. Now that we're done, I'm going to stop presenting, and now we're going to come back to me. Guys, that is all I have for you today. In order to access the perfect pitch at the $97 level with the all important implementation day. I mean, that is it. Like, I am over the moon excited about implementation day. Why? Because I don't want you to purchase and then not act. I want you to take everything because I know the strategies, I know the pieces and parts work, and I'm going to help you put them in your business. And when you open up on Monday, you're going to be good to go. The other thing about with beta pricing and getting in on a beta launch is that you get everything, like any updates that are coming, which I always love to get feedback. You know, as things change, we may add new strategies. We may add new trainings. I've already added a couple of things when I first launched back in June. So you get access to all of that. So right now it's 97. Next month it's 197. You see where we're going. It's going to go to 97, but you get access to everything. You get access to me. You get access to the success team there in the Facebook group. So I hope you take advantage of the perfect pitch. I hope that you take advantage of at least implementing one of the strategies. Try the video message, and don't just try it once and say, well, that didn't work for me. You've got to do it until it feels comfortable. Just keep doing it. Really, in your business now, you can't afford not to do it because you have to do things that are going to distinguish yourself from everybody else. Whether you're in the car, picking up the costume for the kid, on the tractor, at the chicken coop, any of those things. I stopped, I did it, I got the sale. It's up to you on what you want to do, what your goals are for your business. All right. I'd love to see you inside the perfect pitch. All you got to do is click on the button and we will see you inside the group. I will tell you just kind of what to expect. So you're going to purchase at 97. You'll immediately get an email. It will give you all the information. It will give you the link to the private Facebook group. It's also going to give you the coupon code that you need to get into the dashboard. You'll have access to everything, everything that I showed you, all those modules, with the exception of the implementation day. Implementation day is coming. It's coming at the end of the month. It's the last Friday at high noon. You'll have access to me. So we'll see you inside the perfect pitch, guys. We'll talk soon.